So is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, I have given a link in the chat room for your attendance. Okay, so you can quickly fill it up. So in the last class, we were actually discussing some aspects of fillet and chamfer and trim and extend. Okay, let us see what other tools we have in hand. So uh, more or less the commands that you need to know, the very basic commands, the ones that I already showed. But there are a few like the circle and the ellipse and then arc. Okay, so in order to draw an arc, you can type ARC. Okay, then you can specify the first point, then you can specify the second point. So in this case, let the second point I write it something like here on the screen at rate 30 less than 0. So that is supposed to be my second point. And then specify the end point. So if you specify a point like 100 away from here, oh, just a moment, 100, this is 2. Okay, so normally an arc is a part of a circle. Okay, uh, so a curve or arc, it's a part of a circle. So if you can draw a circle, you can actually draw an arc also by cutting the part of the circle. So sometimes you want to draw a circle with a specific radius. Suppose in this case, we have a radius of 50 millimeter. Okay, then if you just draw a line from one of these 10 quadrants to another of the quadrants, and if you want to trim it a part of the circle, you will get an arc. So in order to trim, I select this edge and then can trim it out. So this way I get an arc. It is actually a part of the circle. Similarly, you can draw an ellipse. So you can type EL, specify the first point somewhere here, another point. Okay. So an ellipse has two axes. One is the major axis, another one is the minor axis. So if you give the dimensions of the major axis and the minor axis correctly, you can draw the desired ellipse. Remember, all the ellipses and arcs and lines can actually be trimmed. So if you want to trim an ellipse, let us see, you can trim it. Yeah. If you want to trim a part of an uh, arc, you can trim it. Okay. Uh, okay, so there is another important thing, especially for civil engineering students. Um, we have one called multi-line. So a multi-line is like a normal line, but there may be more than one lines that you should draw it. So do you think where can you use a multi-line? So if I may, just I will use the sketchboard again. Mm, paint. Okay. So if you use the command line, you can draw a line like this in any direction. But if you want to draw a multi-line, Multiline. So as the name says, a multi-line is a combination of more than one lines. So suppose all these three, you can draw it at one go, and then they will be named as multi-line. So I am just asking you a question. In civil engineering drawing, where probably do you see the use of a multi-line? Yes, anyone?
Building of an steel
Yeah.
bridge.
So suppose if you are drawing the plan view uh, of a building, you will have to draw the outer line. So in case of drawing the outer line, we normally show the thickness of the walls. Okay. Sometimes this thickness may be 6 inches. So if you want to show this thickness of the walls, normally what we have to do, you have to draw one line like this, another one line like this. Then you can offset this line 6 inches inside. But if you don't want to use this technique, you can use the multi-line approach. So for example, if I want to draw a line, this, so remember we are using a unit of millimeter. So 6 inches, how much millimeter? How many millimeter is 6 inches? You will have to know these conversions. Hmm? Who can tell? 6 inches is how many millimeter? So 1 inch is how many millimeters? These things you already have learned, right? Nowadays you can quickly search also. So 1 inch is, what do you see it on the screen? Normally 25.4 millimeter.
I will check with that.
So if the outer thickness of the wall is 6 inches, you have a thickness of 152.4 millimeter. Okay. So if this is a wall, supposedly, so you are going to give a thickness to the wall. How are you going to do it? With the technique that you already know. What command are you going to use?
Offset.
Huh? Yes, come on, speak. Which command? With using what command?
Take offset of that line.
Very good. So I give an offset. How much is the offset? In this case, if I want to give 6 inches, 152.4 millimeter. Okay. Okay. So in this case, I have to extend the line a bit. Then again, I give an offset of 152.4 millimeter. So this is my wall thickness. Okay. So this is my wall thickness. The same thing you can do or draw using multi-line approach. For that, you have to first define your multi-line, or you have to define the style of the multi-line. For that, I'm going to use ML style. ML style. Please remember the command, okay? Okay, so here you see uh, you can use the standard multi-line where you can change the properties here. So there by default we have an offset of 0.5 millimeter. So this thing I need to change. So if I want to give an offset of 152, so that means from one line up to here it is 152. So if my first line is how much is 3 inches both sides, 76.4, 76.4, then minus 76.4 millimeter. Let us try this way. So cap ends 90 degree, 90 degree. We are not going to change these things. Okay? And apply. Okay. So now if I use the multi-line, I simply type ML. Okay? My first point is this. First you have to ML style standard. ML style. Okay. Uh, 76.4. Just let me check one more time, okay? So I have a multi-line. My style is standard. I have a start point here, then end point here. So 3056 it says. Uh, we, this is the multi-line. Can you see it on the screen?
Yes, sir.
So with a little bit of editing, you can change this style. Just a moment. ML style. Uh, let us skip the offset. So this is supposed to be 76.2, but this is showing as 1528. Okay, just a moment. We have some scale that is being used here. So we have to scale it down. Down to 6.2, 1528. 1528 divided by 76.2. So we are using a scale of 20.05. Uh, Let me see one more time. MLSY. I think there is, let's put a 6 inches there. Or maybe 3 inches to the right, 3 inches to the left. Okay. ML. Hmm. This is showing 60. So somehow we have to play with the scale, okay? And then together you can draw these two lines. Anyway, I will clear this thing in the next class. So this scale, if you can properly maintain, you can draw two lines, or even you can draw more than two lines in one stretch. So if you want to draw a wall uh, or a plan of a building, you can just use multi-line to draw it. Okay, together with multi-line, we have another line called polyline. Polyline, polyline. Okay, this is the polyline. So if you use a polyline, that line remains as one entity. Okay, see, if I use the list command, it picks up the whole line. The same thing, if I want to draw as a single line or using the line command, these individual segments are shown. So this is the line which is being used using the polyline command, and then the same thing, or more or less the same thing, you can use the line command. Suppose I use the line command to draw a line like this, and I use a polyline command to draw a line like this. So a polyline command, the difference is that when you want to see the property of this polyline, it comes as a one entity. Okay, the whole polyline are different lines or line segments. But the same thing, if you use by drawing line command, you see you pick up this part, then this is a different part, this is a different part, this is another part, this is another part. But in case of a polyline, it shows as one entity. So by using another command called polyline edit, edit polyline, I can increase or decrease the thickness of the line. So if you use edit polyline, or I can use this width function. So I type width W, then specify new width. I can put the width of 10. Okay. So you want to see the difference, or maybe I can increase it. Edit polyline. Then I want to increase the width. I put W. I want to increase the width to suppose 50 mm. Okay, so this is the width I have increased. So can you see the difference between this line and this line? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So using the polyline also, sometimes you can give the thickness of the wall. Okay, for example, I want to increase the thickness up to 6 inches. So POLY polyline edit. In this case, I will use W and then a thickness of 152.4 millimeter. You see? So this will, or this can be used to represent the wall thickness or the thickness of a clamp. So same way, if I just use polyline command and then use a thickness of suppose 152.4, then end width also 152.4. I can just use it to draw clamp. Similarly, you can trim a polyline. Okay. So these things, if you just practice by yourself, it will be more clear. So uh, all these commands up till now. So today, I think I have given you two new commands. One is how to draw the arc, how to trim the arc, then uh, uh, how to use the polyline, how you can increase the width of a polyline, or uh, how you can create a multi-line, uh, and then how you can use the multi-line command to draw the the walls, and then more than one lines together. The same thing you can use polyline also to draw the walls and thickness of the walls. Okay. So after this Probably we should be going to some little more into the uh, text. So here, sometimes in the drawing, you have to use the notation or the text. For example, if you are drawing a plan view, you'd like to show what this thing is. So particularly in civil engineering or architectural drawings, we write either bedroom or living room or something like that. So in that case, text. Okay, so we have written the text here, but this text is very small. You see? So the height and the width and then the font size of this text can be changed. In order to write the text first, text. Okay, right there. Specify the start position. Here it says. So I say here, specify height. So by default, the height is 25 or 2.5 millimeter. So I increase it 10 times. I say 25. Okay, my default height is now 25. Text angle, let it be 90-degree text. So here I can write bed, room. Okay. So even this is not enough compared to the size of this drawing. So in this case, I can just change the text height, or I can rewrite another text. Let us try to rewrite another text. Start position is this one. Text height, let us increase it 10 times more, 250. Here you can write bed, room. In order to edit the text, sometimes if you want to add some notation or you want to correct the text, what will you type? Text edit. Okay, text edit, edit notation. Go there. If you want to correct it as a different notation, you can say living room. You can correct it as anything else. But okay. So what is your next class? What time is the next class? Hello?
11:15.
11:15, nah? So we can
Yes, sir.
11:15.
11:15.
Engineering mechanics.
engineering mechanics 11. Okay, so another 5 minutes maybe we can spend. It is 10:50 now. So I think I will suddenly take you a class test sometime. So it is not possible today, but maybe in the next week I will give you certain questions. Okay. So if you really have some doubts up to the things that you are supposed to learn or learning till now. You have some time to ask me. Okay?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, it will be better if you give us an assignment after every classes so that we
Definitely, I will
can
give you an
learn
assignment.
ourselves.
No, no. The assignment. Definitely, there will be an assignment. But apart from the assignment, I will take your class test, sudden class tests. So for me, it is very difficult
Sir.
to know because I cannot really see your faces. So some of you, if you are really attentive in the class up till now, those you will have no problem. But for those who are actually just keeping this thing on and then probably not attending that too much, maybe for those it will be really problem. So this is what we are supposed to do to get a proper assessment of who is learning how much. So for example, there are today we have how many students? Let me see. Participants list. 47 students right now. So whenever I ask a question, no one speaks. Only 2 or 3 students, they give an answer. What happens to the rest 45?
If we speak all together, it will be like lagging and buzzing like this. So some of us only speak like this, sir.
Okay, so for random, Putam Chitri,
Yes, sir.
are you there? Putam Chitri?
Yes, sir, I'm here,
Putam
sir.
Chiri, okay, sorry, Putam Chiri.
Yes, sir, I'm here, sir.
Uh, so up till now, what do you have any questions? First of all, I don't know whether you are able to install the software. This is a free software, so there shouldn't be a problem of licensing. Have you all installed it, or are you practicing?
Yes, sir.
I did.
Yeah, Miss Suraj Bora,
I think most of us have our install, sir.
Suraj Bora.
Yes, sir.
Ah, so do you have the software with you?
Sir, no, because I am the lateral student, so I don't know the proper ways.
So
So
why haven't you asked?
that's
See,
the
so these are
problem.
the things. So if I don't ask you, you will remain silent or what?
No, sir. Actually, here my network is very poor, so that's why
Your network is
when
poor. How you are
I
answering my question? Why do you say?
sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. I didn't hear you,
Where is your hometown? Where are you now?
sir. I am from Assam, Nagaon,
Assam? And
and
which
very
town in Assam you don't have
yes, sir.
network?
This is Assam, Nagaon, sir. Nagaon
নগাঁও নেটৱৰ্ক নাই
district,
কি
Nagaon.
কথা কোৱা
Sir,
এইবোৰ
backward area হয়.
এক্সকিউজলি নহ'ব নগাঁও ল'ৰাটো হৈ যদি তুমি ছফ্টৱেৰটো ইনষ্টল কৰিব নোৱাৰা এতিয়ালৈকে কেনেকৈ হ'ব
Yes,
অ'কে হাউ
sir.
about
Software
IBA
install কৰিছোঁ.
YIBA YABA Yumgum are you there
Yes, sir.
hmm where are you now because I haven't seen your faces where are you now your hometown now
I mean, Alo.
Along so
So, West Siang District, Alo.
are you being able to install the software
So, this is my first time
this is your first class
attending online class. That's why I'm not. Yes, sir.
why it is the first class I think this is my sixth or seventh class and we have two classes
So, here, network is very poor. That's why I miss.
no I have one suggestion for everyone because my class in between I have only 2 classes per week so if you have 6 days working days you get 4 days without a class So during those times, you should be able to download the software and then be ready for the class. Otherwise, this is a practical class. This is supposed to be a lab class. So my questions will be really related to whatever I am teaching here. Okay? And then at the end of the day, if you cannot answer, and if you say that after just in front of the exam, sir, my network is poor, I cannot install the software. So those will be considered as excuses, because in between these times you have enough time to download and then install the software. So if you have a problem in downloading and installing, in that point of time you let me know. So this is the thing that, sir, I have not been able to do it. Otherwise, if you do not speak from your side, I will not be able to understand what is the problem. How about Remo Dasi? Are you there? Uh, Remo.
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
So are you understanding whatever it is being taught till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can you draw a line? Can you draw a line in 90-degree, 180-degree? So can you use the trim command to cut a part of the line? Can you extend the line? So these are the things you should practice, okay? And
Yes, sir.
I have given the videos also, and there are, apart from my videos, there are many videos in internet nowadays in YouTube. And if you don't have really that much of a, if you have issues with network, probably you can just read few of the online materials which are there, because these commands are mostly the same. In order to draw a line, you have to type L. In order to draw a circle, you have to type C. In order to draw a rectangle, you have to type REC. So these are the things. In order to trim, you will have to type TR. Or you can just use, or you can play with the software, and then you can find by yourself where these things are. You see, this nowadays, once you graduate, then you go for an interview, then these are the things that the people will be asking you. They will give you a laptop with the kind of software that I am teaching, and then ask you to draw something. So the thing is that you have to really put emphasis from your side. Okay? 47 students, I don't know really, because I cannot see your faces. So next time, probably I will ask you to switch on your videos, okay? So that I at least recognize your faces for some time. Getam, Getamete, are you here? Getam, Getam Ete, you see? There's nowhere to be found. How about Arnab Das?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. Where are you now?
Sir, I'm in Assam, Guwahati.
Good. Okay, so you have no problem with networks, I think so.
No, sir.
I have a problem in network because this is not something in general, but this we are having an exam in our university. That's why this problem is having. Okay, so this is an online exam. Dhrubajati Das. Dhrubajati,
Yes, sir.
you will have to really practice, okay? Use it, use the software. Otherwise, what will happen, I will be picking up pace, and then when actually after learning these small commands, you will be asked to draw a one complete diagram. Then many of you will actually lose interest in the subject. That I don't want to happen. For that, so that you stay with the same pace at what I am going. You will have to practice from your side. You will have to try drawing lines. Okay, you'll have to try drawing whatever things I'm shown up till now. So there are not many commands that will always be in use, but whatever you have learned till now, maybe you can say you have learned about 40% of the thing. So that's why I want to really test how much you have learned till now, probably in the next week. Okay? This is for your own benefit, so that I know every one of you at what stage you are. And then at that point, if you have any problem, just let me know. You cannot download the software if you have problem listening to my voice, or you have problem understanding whatever I'm saying. Just let me know. Okay. Okay. We will be ending in 5 minutes anyway. So practice whatever is being taught till today. I think I have given you about 14 commands. 14 commands. Okay. So have you filled up your attendances? Olivier?
Yes, sir.
Oliver, you're
Yes,
from
sir.
Manipur?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm from Manipur, sir.
Oh, okay, okay. So you have any problem with internet so far?
No, sir.
No, good, good. Imphal or where?
No, sir.
Are you from Imphal?
Infal, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. So I want all of you actually to learn, okay? So please practice in your spare time. This 14 or 12 commands. And if you really find difficulty, let me know. Okay then. See you in the next week. Hmm.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, I didn't get the link to fill the attendance.
You didn't get the link?
Yeah, to write down the attendance, I didn't get the link.
Oh, just a moment. In that case, I think this one I'm sharing again. Okay. I have shared again. Click there. 11 September today. Okay then.